Hello and welcome to New Filmmakers Los Angeles in partnership with Movie Maker magazine. My name is Danny DeLillo and we're here at the Cambridge Los Angeles showroom in West Hollywood. I'm here with Connor Bland with his movie Immersion. Let's take a look at a clip. Connor, congratulations on your film. Thank you so much for sharing it with us. But for those that haven't seen it, tell us a brief synopsis.
Yeah, so it's basically about a user's mind who basically gets lost inside this unique virtual reality involving two kind of correlating actions between a baseball pitch and like a Western standoff.
Yeah, I love how you had those two genres and you merged them together. That was really quite cool. I honestly loved it. I didn't really know what I was going in for until the reveal at the end, I have to say, which was really cool. Where did the inspiration come for you in creating this story?
Well, that's kind of the funny part because I made this short in a straight ahead method. So basically I storyboarded the first two parts, which were like the Western standoff and the baseball pitch. So I at the time I didn't know what, like the VR part at the end, I didn't realize, like I didn't know that till later on. Yeah. Which is kind of the whole punchline. And you know, I love video games. I've always loved video games, and kind of I realized, you know, since it's the same character playing, or I guess the same character in two different scenarios, I thought it'd be interesting to incorporate if it was, a user playing a game. And you know, with the relevance of VR now, there's so much potential with how immersed you can get into a video game, kind of like basically drawing the gap between like what's real and what's So that inspiration for kind of the whole concept didn't come till later on after I storyboarded the first couple sequences.
I mean, honestly, like I loved it. I thought it was so forward thinking because, I think, as we even said last night, VR is really moving in a whole new entity, in a whole new direction. It's almost like you're letting us into ahead of the game of what we're going in for, where people are going to be playing these superhero characters or these big heroic characters within sport or something, and they're sitting at home in their apartment, etc. How honestly do you create like this atmosphere of a baseball game, of the Wild West? Like, how do you do that? Like, how do you bring that together? Because I mean, it's an incredible world that you bring us into visually.
I guess how I started off.
Yeah, how do you kind of like merge those two worlds together? What sort of techniques do you have?
Yeah, I mean, I guess, well, at least in my short film, like cinematically, I use like match cuts. That's pretty common way to go from two different spaces in time or whatever. That was one thing I used. Another, I wanted to make sure the audience knew that it was the same character the whole time. So that was another big thing I had to keep, cutting from two different, like a Western world and a baseball game, to not make it seem too confusing.
Yeah.
So that was another example I used. And then other than that, I just did a lot of research online, mainly live action references, a lot of Western films, baseball pictures and stuff like that. So,
because live action is kind of an area that you feel like that you want to go into and most comfortable, obviously, in your future, is that right?
Actually, no, I do want to be an animator. That's my end goal, is to be an animator. I mean, I think my background is always in animation. I love to draw. I love to do I mainly do a lot of 3D animation. But I would love to direct. That's kind of my end goal, to direct for animation features, my own stuff, maybe live action if that's
Yeah.
something that I have experience in doing.
It's happening. It's definitely going to happen. We put it out there now. It's going to happen. So it's all good.
Yeah.
And so you're obviously you're at UCLA at the moment. And how's that experience been for you as a going into your filmmaking world? How's it been so far for you?
It's going well. So this is my second year at UCLA, the grad program, and I feel very lucky being there. They have some of the most talented students and teachers, and they really push you to make things that you want to make. And this film was something I really liked working on. And going forward now that I'm already starting off work on my second year film.
Fantastic.
So that I got a lot of help with the story on that, and yeah, I mean, just a lot of people help you out to make something like the best that you can.
What was your biggest challenge that you had in making this particular film?
So for immersion, probably the biggest challenge for me was time. Yeah,
you got a limited time when you were studying,
especially
right?
when you're a student. I mean, the same goes for even if you aren't. If you have a job or you're working full time, part time, you have other commitments. At least for me, since I was a student, it was mainly just because I was taking other classes, and you kind of have to learn to be disciplined and make your own schedule.
Yeah.
Because we get basically like a hard deadline on when we have to have it done for UCLA's normally has like an animation festival, so I had to get it done for that. And so I had about 2 quarters or probably about 5-6 months to basically get the whole thing done. And luckily I did get it done.
You did. No, you definitely did. What's it like? You're still studying and you're still, you're still working through. What's it like to then have your film at a film festival, NewFilmmakers LA, in front of an audience, and you've not even graduated yet, you've already getting your film in festivals? How does that feel?
Oh, it feels great. I mean, it's funny because I got this film done in June. So at this point, it's already been a while. But at the same time, going to NewFilmmakers LA, where I get to see it in front of an audience that I've never met or different types of people, was really great, humbling too. So even though I've seen it before in a couple other festivals, this was a different experience that I will definitely cherish. So
we love it when you cherish it. That's so great. Well, we cherish your film as well. So you said you're working on something else next. What's next for you? What are you working on at the moment?
So yeah, I mean, next for me, just my second film, my second short film. I'm kind of into. I'm working on something that's more of a psychological horror. That's kind of something I've always wanted to work on.
Nice.
And in animation, I just feel like there isn't enough of that.
Yeah, it's true.
There's always usually that stereotype of animation that's normally kid-friendly, which is that's usually what it is. There's some indie stuff though that you can find that are great and aren't just normally kid-friendly. And that's, at least being a student and considering I can make, generally whatever I want right now, is I want to make something that's like a psychological horror. That's just what I'm working on right now.
Well, I'm excited to get scared watching your next film. So, and as we all are, so please make sure you share it with us. And Connor, thank you very much for your talent. It's remarkable and incredible that you're doing so much so early in your career, and it's a great credit to your future as well. So, thank you. Congratulations on your film.
Thank you.
Connor, everybody.